Hello, 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 everybody. I am waiting for our guest. Hey, everyone. Hello. Hello.
Hi,
So I did this right.
you did, you did.
You look cute as usual.
Why, thank you. So do you. I love the beats.
Thank you. Oh, look at my shirt that I have today.
I love it.
I was like, you know what? Let me wear her shirt since I'm going live with her today.
I love it. I
So
love it.
let's
I love it.
see.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I think this is going to be a good live, very informative, not just for students that are applying for college, but also I think for the families that are going to be the support system, guidance counselors, and also just people in general learning about meditation and how you can really benefit from it.
Absolutely. I agree. It's definitely one of those things where it's like you hear about meditation and you hear especially with the craziness of this year, like meditation is like one of those things where it's a buzzword, but
Right.
it's definitely changed a lot in my life. And of course, you and I working so closely together throughout the course of the year, how I get down about my meditation.
Absolutely. She is the real deal, everybody. The real deal. The real deal. So I see we have a few people in here. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. So if you want, what I want to do is I want to start off first by telling everybody about our businesses, and then we can just dive right on into what we're going to be discussing today, which is meditating through the college admissions process. So for all of you who don't know, I am Tori Brown, and I am the founder and educational consulting for EduConfidence Consulting. And EduConfidence Consulting is an educational consulting firm that helps people navigate through the college admissions process. And a lot of people probably say, well, we have admissions officers that do that in school. Yes, we do. I was once one of those people. However, if you do go to a big school, or if you're interested in a big university, or even really a 2-year community college, you don't really get that one-on-one coaching experience because they have so many students that they have to serve. So that's where I jump in, really to help you one-on-one, not just you, but also your family, to help you through the process and also provide an individualized, pathway for you to be successful, not just to get into college, but also while you're currently enrolled. So the services that we offer, there are so many. We offer students services that can help them with filling out their college applications, even creating their top 6 list, whether it's to an HBCU, in-state, outer state. We help with that. We also have services to help you write your college essays, fill out your applications. A big one is college scholarships. Everyone needs the money. I know for me, I needed the money, and I didn't feel like writing essays, so FAFSA was just my go-to. However, in the long run, I'm like, dang, I wish I would apply for some scholarships that would have saved me some money on school loan debt, right? So we definitely help you find scholarships that are catered to your individual needs. And also we have one-on-one coaching sessions, and we offer a lot. We really do offer individual and family services. And that's actually where you kick in, because we are also a company that has a holistic approach as well, right? So we believe in confidence, which will help people during the process. Motivation is the key, because a lot of students aren't really motivated or don't have people to motivate them to really want to push themselves to further education. Sometimes people may decide just to stop after high school and go straight into the workforce, and that's okay. But sometimes you can do more if you really have someone push you. So being able to help students gain the confidence that's needed to successfully navigate through the college admissions process is what we believe in, and also partnering with different companies that can help with that process. And that would definitely be you, which is Her Life Coaching, which can definitely help with meditating and really your mental, your goals, time management, which we both focus on. You actually helped me with that, right? So I didn't always have it great, but after really working with you with time management, I said, okay, I see how this can go. I think I got this. So I'm still working on it, but I'm doing much better from where I was before. So enough about EduConfidence Consulting. Tell us a little bit about Her Life Coaching.
So Her Life Coaching LLC is a coaching firm that pushes women and men, I do have men clients, to be the best version of themselves. And that can be through coaching you towards a goal. That could be cleaning up where you're spending your time. So a few of the services that we provide, yes, we do offer a time management coaching service, but we also offer one-on-one coaching services where we really try to push towards your top 3 goals. So a lot of times I typically get a lot of clients that are saying, hey, listen, I'm really content with who I am as a human being, with who I am at the very core of me. But there are these goals that I have and I get stuck. And we're human. We've all been there. It can be a fitness goal. It can be a professional goal, starting a new business, whatever that is. But it's truly a creative process where myself and the client work to get that person to become their greatest selves by morphing into who they need to be to navigate through this life. And so that's what we uncover while we're in this process. So I've been life coaching now for about 7 years now, and it's been amazing. I love what I do. I love being able to coach people to their greater selves, and then uncovering new things that clients didn't think that they could do. Usually sometimes they get stuck in, and we're usually at the liberty of like friends and family. We know that they love us. We know that they're going to push us to be our best selves. But sometimes you need someone who is not a family member, not a friend, to come in and really lay the foundation on what you need to do. So that is exactly what we do at Her Life Coaching LLC.
Well, you offer an amazing service. I have to say myself, I am one of your clients.
Yes. Look, you said it.
I said it. Don't need to fill out FERPA or anything like that. I am a lifetime client, and I definitely will say that your services, in my opinion, is for all ages. It's not just for adults, but I do believe that it's also for high school students as well.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be focusing on today, is talking about how we can actually help high school students. During this time with the global pandemic, it has really been a challenge for a lot of people. And a lot of people have been discouraged, especially students, not being able to start their first year actually on campus, but actually have to do everything remotely. And that's not fun. You and I both know from our first year at Virginia State, right?
Come on now,
VSU, Trojans all the way, although I have to represent my Dominican Chargers because that's where I graduated from. But, we know that your first year is probably one of your best years, and you want to be social, you want to engage with people, and how can you really do that when you're home? So mental health has been impacted tremendously, as a result of that. So we just want to find ways for students to relax, be calm, but also be motivated during this time, knowing that things will get better. It may not be tomorrow or today, but it will get better. And there's things that we can do. Everyone says, oh, I wish 2020 was over. I do feel that way sometimes. I feel that way sometimes. However, I'm like, you know what? You have to make the best of it. And I feel like you
Yeah,
have taught me that, how to make the best out of situations. So
absolutely.
mentioning that, let's talk about meditation. What exactly is meditation?
I always tell people the not so compacted version, right? So meditation is spending time with you to feel more like you. Um, we don't usually get the time like that outside of COVID, but COVID has granted us the peace to be able to connect with ourselves a little bit more. And I think that is what the uncomfortability comes from with, quarantine and COVID, right? For many of us, life is very hectic. We're always on the go. There's always something to do. And COVID has slowed us down a lot. And so, what I've been telling a lot of clients and even a lot of high school students here in Charlotte Mecklenburg school system, meditation is going to be that time to connect with yourself, to really understand the layers of who you are as a human being. And so meditation is making sure that you're drowning out the noise, that you're quieting yourself so that you are understanding, number one, who you are and how you're feeling at this moment. Meditation isn't about being too far in the future, nor is it about being too far in the past. And a lot of times, whether we realize it or not, we're usually stuck between those two worlds. You find a lot of people who have had emotional trauma that are still stuck in the past. So they're consistently thinking about what was and how certain things hurt them. And not that there's anything wrong with that. You're a human. When you feel hurt and experience hurt, sometimes it can be so detrimental that it constantly takes you back to that place. But then we have the other person who's very futuristic and they're always in the future. That's the person who doesn't really take the time to acknowledge and appreciate their current state of mind, but they're always focusing on, okay, I'm trying to get to this goal. My husband and I always say that we cannot be so focused and goal driven that we don't take the time to acknowledge and show gratitude for the now. Right. Because a lot of times I think we get focused on the next thing too quickly. We're looking to buy a house and we buy the house, and then the next thing you're talking about, well, the next house that I get.
Right. And you're not even enjoying the house that you're currently in.
Exactly. You just closed on this one. So let's focus on the here and the now. So meditation is really just about being present and understanding that you're safe.
Right.
You're not in the past and you're not in the future. And that's where anxiety comes from. So I remember in 2012, I was diagnosed with anxiety. And the very first thing that my doctor told me about was meditation. And I thought he was crazy. I was like, dude, I need medicine. I need something because this anxiety is too real. And how he talked about it was I was a high functioning person experiencing this anxiety, right? So meditation became a part of my day-to-day very quickly. It started small, like 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening before bed when I'm most at rest.
Right.
And I enjoyed it so much, and I enjoyed being in a state of being present that I started to increase that daily. Sometimes that meant that I was doing 5-minute meditations on a regular basis throughout the day, maybe 4, 5, 6 times a day. Or I was increasing the time that I would meditate, whether it was 20 to 30 minutes at a time, 2 times a day or 3 times a day. But it really does mellow you out. Not only that, there are scientific purposes for meditation where it lowers your cholesterol. It helps you to be a lot less anxious. The most successful people in this world, I'll take Russell Simmons, for example, because he was the first person in hip hop that I was just so amazed by, where I was just like, wow, he meditates. I think that's just so dope.
Every day. And goes live. So
and meditates.
I think he's in Bali, or something like that.
Yes.
Every day.
The most successful people, I'm a true believer. There's no way that you can be a successful entrepreneur, a successful person without meditation, prayer as a part of your day to day, because you need that time to connect with you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. As we have previously spoken, meditating is not that easy for
It's
me.
not.
Especially for those who have a lot of things in their brain. It's hard to kind of let all of that go and just be present.
Yeah,
it's a challenge, and like you always said, you have to stick to it. And I believe you said that was something that Russell Simmons had mentioned, is that you have to sit there and just keep
no matter what,
trying no matter what. I've tried it. I meditate every now and then, but it's hard because even though I'm trying to be physically there, I'm like here thinking about tomorrow, thinking about next week, thinking about next month, and I can't really bring it back. I've even tried it in the morning. So what would be your recommendation for people that can't really focus as much, are trying to, but they're kind of just like all over? Is it better like when you do it in the morning when you're first waking up, or is it better like during lunchtime or during the evening when you're winding down? What would you recommend?
So I would say it would be easier to do a brain dump before you meditate. So getting a journal. So it's very rare that I go anywhere in my house where there's not a notebook present somewhere. So I do a brain dump. And it doesn't have to be anything intricate. Yes, it doesn't have to be anything intricate. It can just be words that you're feeling at the current moment. Maybe you want to, just write down everything that's going through your brain and just dump it. It's like taking out the trash. If the trash gets too full, it's going to stink and it's going to overflow, right? So you want to make sure that you dump all of your thoughts before you meditate. The second thing that you can do to help you to be a lot more present during meditation is just say this simple phrase: be present now. And do a body scan. Go from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and just make sure that you are in a state of relaxing every single part of your body. When you do that, you bring the awareness back to what's important, which is yourself. I always say that if you're wondering if you look stupid, you probably do, but meditation is not to look cute.
Right.
You're not doing meditation to look cute. You're doing your meditation to feel your best. So my mouth may be open. I might be drooling a little bit when I meditate, but guess what? Meditation is my way to be more myself. So if that is the case, I'm not worrying about how I look. I'm not worrying about who thinks I look a mess or any of that. So if you're going to be present, brain dump before. If you need to brain dump after, your mind is going to wander. Okay, you're going to think about things as you meditate. Some of the best ideas I have ever had came from meditation. My book came from meditation. So it's completely normal to think during meditation. But the key is to make sure that you dump and take out the trash. That's what I call it, taking out the trash.
So we're taking out the trash and trying to focus and mindfulness. Is this something that any age can do, or is it more so teenagers? Tell me a little bit about that.
So I have 2 daughters, ages 4 and 9, and they meditate. They meditate, they do yoga, and we teach them mindfulness and teach them. Now, they're not going to give you the full 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. But the key is introducing meditation to them early helps them to self-soothe, helps them to understand what they're feeling, even at the early ages of 4 and 9. No, it is not something just for adults or just for teenagers. Any age can meditate. I was doing meditation. I didn't start heavily getting into meditation until my daughter was maybe 2. My oldest daughter was 2. So this was 2013 is when I started to add it to my routine on a day-to-day basis. So from then she's seen me do yoga and meditation and, saging the house. She knows what that means. And my 4-year-old is the same way because, they learn by what they see. So at 1, my daughter was doing yoga poses
Wow.
and sitting silently, and sometimes, you know, she'd be a busybody, but I think they understand, or what I'm teaching them is that meditation is a way for them to peacefully be able to create the world that they want to see, whatever that is. So all ages can do this, and I would highly suggest that parents meditate around their kids and invite them to be in that process as well.
Okay. Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. So we know that students are taking the test for the ACTs, SATs. They're completing college applications. They're writing essays, applying for financial aid and scholarships. We know on top of some students are working, and we're not just even talking about high school students applying for school. This can be an adult, continuing adult that is interested in going back to school, right? So
Right.
outside of school, you still have your day-to-day activities.
Right.
We know that stress, anxiety, and pressure are all 3 things that are associated with college admissions.
Yeah.
I know for me, I was stressed out. Now,
Yeah, me too.
when I say stressed, I mean severely stressed. My mother
Right.
was a college graduate, Hofstra University, but she went to school so long ago. When it was time for me to start the college admissions process, I felt lost, right?
Yeah.
I knew that I had to go to college from like birth. You got to go to college.
Right.
That's all I knew, right? But it was like the steps. It was the steps to get there. Now, mind you, I went to a private all-girls Catholic school with a guidance counselor. To be honest, no shade to the school. I love them dearly. I didn't have the support that I needed. So
neither did I.
I was stressed.
Yeah. I think a lot of times, like now there's so many different programs and things that students have that we just didn't have. I graduated from high school in 2003. So for most of us, right, we came from an era where it was like, okay, go talk to your counselor about the, you know, different types of applications there are, pay the application fee, and then there you go. So when we started talking about financial aid and classes and credits and all that other stuff, I was completely like, what the hell am I doing? I right. just know that I need a piece of paper if I want to eat when I graduate. So like, what does all this mean? So it can be very stressful. With a lot of the high schools that I work with here, so I work very closely with the Workforce Development Board here in Charlotte, and helping youth and young adults to find a career pathway. And so when you talk about that, the biggest stressful part for a lot of these kids, because they're super smart, but a lot of them are coming from households where they can afford to go to school. So now they're worried about scholarships and, you know, grants and how they're going to pay for school. That's the most stressful part. I will say this, with being a life coach and a manifestation coach, you know, it's all about mindset, right? It's all about understanding that in order to get something that you've never had, you're going to have to do something that you've never had to do. And that's hard to grasp as an adult sometimes, let alone as a young adult. Right. So when I'm talking to a lot of high school students who are about to either embark on figuring out what they want to do as a career path, or even just trying to figure out how to become a college freshman and apply to college, that first thing is really teaching them the mindset of being a successful individual. And so, yes, I can show you how to meditate. In a little bit, I will actually lead you all through a meditation. But I talk to youth and young adults all the time about meditating and visualizing what it is that you want to see. Also, there's so many guided meditation audio clips. Apple Music is my favorite. I have a playlist that I have. I can send you the playlist. If you want to DM me, I can send you my manifestation and meditation playlist, but they're guided. You
I
know, you
think I
don't even
stole
have
that
to do the
playlist from
thinking.
you.
You did. You
I
did.
think I did.
Look, I can see when you're listening to the playlist, and I love it. I'm so filled every time I see your name pop up on Apple Music. I'm like, oh, okay, check her out. But guided meditations tell you what to think about. Yes, I'll send it to you. And when you're in this space of being guided through a meditation, there's a freedom there. You don't have to wonder what to think about. A guided meditation will tell you what to think about. So
Right.
I highly suggest it, especially for high school juniors and seniors, especially because they're embarking on something that they've never experienced before. They know they need to go to college. They know they need to participate, writing essays and things of that nature, but it's all new. So it can be very, very stressful.
I agree. And I think meditation will definitely help them right now, because since we're going through this global pandemic, I think a lot of high school students are like, you know what? I'll just wait. I'll postpone me going to college, and I'll just try to, find a job or whatever it is, and then I'll pick it back up. You don't want to do that.
Right.
Because who's to say, and you have got me into speaking things into existence. So I really don't want to say what I was going to say, right? But let's just say, who's to say that the pandemic will be over next year?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to put anything on hold. And that's something that you have taught me. That's why we're on this live right now, because I started my business, right?
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. And I started in 2017, guys.
Yes.
It's been around for a while now. And I was put on hold for a while. And you kept on saying, Tori, what are you waiting for? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't really know. So I just went and did it.
Yeah.
I just did it.
Yeah.
But meditation is a part of self-care. And self-care is something that we need to incorporate in our lives every day. And I tell everyone on this live now, I promise you that for me, I will try to meditate at least 3 times a week.
Look, there we go. Those realistic goals. Somewhere, right? With those realistic goals. And here's the thing. So the biggest question that I ask anybody, whether you're youth, young adult, you're a client, you're not, I've asked people, what does your self-care routine look like? And the first thing people say is, oh, I go get my nails done, every 2 weeks. I go get my hair done every 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, COVID has proven that isn't really, not only is it not essential, but how is your self-care when the coronavirus shuts all that down? Because we was looking busted and disgusted all spring 2020, okay?
Well, I have to beg to differ now. You did put me on to the little things that I can buy on Amazon, and I was doing my nails myself. Now,
but
ladies and fellas, it's not that easy. Okay?
It's not easy. It got done, but it proved that
you can make it without.
You can, that itself is a form of self-maintenance. But when you talk about self-care is about who are you beyond, the nails and the hair? What are you doing with your spirit? What are you doing with your emotional health? How is your mental health? How are you renewing your spirit daily? How are you resting? How are you, this kind of stuff is self-care. Because when the salons are shut down and all of that, you have to be able to pour into you. Pouring into you isn't about, the design that you can get on your nails. I mean, it's cute. Don't get me wrong.
Or the design I love in the head, or your beard nice and full. It's gonna be real full, right?
But I think here's the thing. And look, I don't know who I'm talking to. This is where I start preaching. I don't know who I'm talking to. But when your spirit is transforming, it gets real ugly. It gets really ugly because you're forced to face parts of yourself that you're foreign to. So a lot of us,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. And 2020 was definitely a year that showed us some different parts of ourselves because it was new. and we were transitioning and we were transforming. And so when you talk about meditating, meditating helps you to elevate beyond, it helps you to elevate beyond the hustle and bustle. You know, you're forced to go within. You're forced to kind of sit with what you feel and how you feel. So that self-care piece is going to be killer when you start talking about, you know, manifesting the person that you want to become and that kind of thing. It's work.
Right.
Big work.
And in order for students to be successful and to navigate through the college admissions process, they have to learn how to de-stress, right? And for example, we may be going on a complete lockdown, right? So that means we can't go to the gym.
Right.
We can't go to the spa. We may not be able to go to the basketball court, wherever we need to go that's outside of our home. So we have to find a way inside and possibly by ourselves to de-stress. Meditation is going to help you do that. As a life coach, can you tell us some things that students can actually do to de-stress and actually incorporate meditation daily?
Yes. So my students love an app. They love an app. Miss Nikki, give me an app where I can meditate. So my favorite meditation app is Omvana, Omvana. I don't know if it's on Android. I have an iPhone, but Omvana. Definitely you can do Apple Music or Google Play or anything like that, and search guided meditations. But Omvana is my ultimate favorite app. And what it does is it gives you a library of meditations, where again, you're guided through the whole meditation process. But a lot of my youth and young adults are just like, listen, Miss Nikki, I need me an app, or I need something to teach me how to meditate. Another app that's really good is the Calm app, CALM. And it helps you to earn like these meditation points. Basically, if you meditate every day or what have you, it gives you like little points and certificates and little gold mark. It's real intricate.
It helps you challenge yourself.
It does, because meditation is new. And a lot of people, I'll hear some questions where they're like, hey, can I pray? Is prayer and meditation one and the same? Yes, it is. If you want to take a Bible verse and meditate on that, you can absolutely do that. If it's an affirmation that you want to meditate on and really bring in an intention, I offer a service where I do a guided meditation with you, either one-on-one or in a group setting. And the first thing I ask is, what is the intention? What are we bringing into this meditation? What are you hoping to feel like once we arise from this meditation? Tora, you have been a part of that process right along with me in starting each meditation with an intention. And when you do that, you're able to focus on that and breathe that into your day. So I know a big one, especially now, for me, is forward. That one word. I don't know. It's been in my spirit. It's been sticking with me for about a month, and it's go forward. Go forward with fear. Go forward without fear. Go forward, making big strides to become the person that you want to be. Go forward in spite of the trauma that you went through. Go forward despite how badly you've been hurt. And once you bring that into the meditation and invite that spirit of whatever it is that you're looking to invite, you find it lingering with you and it sticks with you. So yeah, absolutely. With the youth and young adults, get an app. An app will help you to stay focused. You can also join with friends and meditate together. So I would highly advise getting the app, but then also just getting a group of you together. It could be a group of 2 or 3, and just say, hey, we're going to take some time and meditate together. It helps.
I can attest to that. It does help for sure. And I'm happy that you mentioned intentions, because you got me on that really big. Every time I'm talking to someone, I'm like, speak things into existence. They're looking at me like, remember what Erica said, speak things into existence. Because sometimes, honestly, I'm human, right? I'll
Yeah.
get discouraged or down myself, and they were like, remember what Erica said, speak things into existence. So I literally started that, like, okay, you know what? That's going to help me help my students
Right.
speak their education into existence. And I
Yes.
just call it STY, right? That's what we're going to call it.
I love it.
That's my next shirt. So, and I'm
I got
it, so
you.
can't nobody take it, okay?
Make your coin, sis. Make your coin.
Gotta do it. But speaking things into existence will help college students for sure, because it helps you keep your mind right, it helps you stay on track, and it also helps with time management.
It does.
Which is your thing. It helps you set your goals, what you're going to focus on for that week. And I did a post a couple of days ago, sometime last week, saying, what is your intentions for the week? Yeah. That means you're going to say, okay, and you're going to write it down.
Yes.
Big on writing things down. Journal, whatever you have, write everything down, because the more you write it down, the more you'll actually do it. It means more than just thinking it in your head. And you'll say, okay, you know what? My intentions for this week is the now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The now.
It definitely helps.
The now. So what am I going to do now? Not what am I going to do next week. So now you're going to sit, write your college applications, fill them out, do your essays for them, make the necessary phone calls that you need to do.
That's it.
Do emails, send emails to the people that you need to send emails to.
Yeah.
The now, things that you can do now. And we all have some type of high-tech phone, right? So we can be in our bed and do the now. We don't have to be at our desk. We don't have to be up. We can do everything online, because most things now are convenient for us and flexibility. So we can do everything right from our bed with our iPad, whatever it is. Yeah. So that's something that I definitely encourage for students to do, is to make sure that you set your intentions for the day and also for the week, so that you actually get them done. And I'm always here to support you, because sometimes you need someone to push you. Like, I can go ahead, send you an email, send you a text, send you a DM, whatever you need to help you stay motivated. That's what I'm here for. Erica does that for me. She stays on top of me. I won't get into all what she stays on top of me for, right? But
that's our little secret. It's our little secret.
She does stay on top of me, sends me a text every now and then. It could be a wink, some type of a reminder that I know that she's there and she's my accountability partner. And that's what's really important. But making sure that your mind is right, because if your mind is not right, you're not going to be able to do the now or to move forward. So
that's going to be the big thing. Getting that accountability partner.
The accountability partner. And sometimes this may just be your journey by yourself, and you may not have anyone. And I think the pandemic has really taught us that, is sometimes we can't go visit our family, our parents, our grandparents, our significant others, our kids, whoever it may be. So we have to really do a lot of things now on our own, which is challenging, which also feels slightly uncomfortable, because you're not used to doing everything by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. But if you meditate, it helps clear everything. You see things more clearly.
Oh my God.
When
like
you meditate.
Elevating from a fog, like seriously. And the crazy thing about it is there are indicators, you know, when you're not in alignment and you're not moving with purpose. I know for me, a lot of times, you know, I'm getting up there. I ain't going, you know, tell the world how old I am, you know, but
we old.
We getting up there. So sometimes I'll find myself like, okay, what did I come up here for? Or what am I doing right now? And so with, especially if you're a parent of a college junior or senior, or big brother, big sister to, you know, a high school student, I find that just getting clear on their to-do list. What are some of the things that need to get done? And half the time they're like, I don't know, waiting on you to tell me what I need to do. And so, which is something, for example, again, when we were going through the college admissions process, it was, okay, choose a school, fill out the application, pay the fee, and then there you go.
Goodbye.
No one really kind of sat down with me and was like, okay, here's the, I read it, obviously, but it was just kind of like, okay, pay your $35. Good luck. I hope you get into the school.
Right.
But when you're able to kind of like sit down and tell a student what these colleges are looking for, or, you know, just walk through, hey, you do this so that they can look at this, or make sure you write this down, so that once you're able to kind of get a to-do list and you kind of give them that free reign to just start knocking things off the to-do list, it gives a sense of empowerment. So when they're crossing things off that list, they're like, okay, cool, I'm getting things done, I'm feeling productive. And what happens is you perpetuate that good energy. All life and coaching really is about starting small. That's going to make big ripples and big habits, but you got to start small. That's not just with college admissions. That's just with anything.
In life in general.
With life, with a fitness goal. I think I saw Coach the Hitman on here earlier.
He was on here.
He was on here. I don't know if he's still on here or not, but even with fitness, you know, start with today. You know, start with breakfast. Let me eat something really great for breakfast. And then you replicate that. Okay, let me start and get something really good and healthy for lunch. And then you replicate it again for dinner. And see how well you can get throughout the day with perpetuating that good energy and keep the ball moving. So all I can say is making sure, if you really want to make sure that you're staying on top of yourself, you know, write that list down. There is power in writing things down. Erykah Badu said, write it down with real pen and real paper and watch shit get real. That's what she said. Okay. You know,
sure,
had to give it to you raw. So there's really nothing that I don't do. And I always tell youth the same. If you have something that you need to do, you write it down. It's like a grocery list. You know, you're going to write the list down because you're intending to go to the store to go get it. So life is the same way. If you want it, you better write it down. Come on,
write it down.
That's my book.
Not only is she a life coach, right? But she's an author. Okay. And so I learned from her a lot of things on top of my mother as well, right? Because she did birth me. I got a pretty cool mom. For all of you on there,
she's the mom.
You know, I got a real cool mom. But Erykah, there's nothing that she will tell you, whether she knows you or not, that she has not done herself. And that's good because you know that it works, right? you know that it works. She's not saying go ahead and try this and like, well, I don't really know what the results. Now the results is depending on you and how much work you put into it, but it can be done. And I'm a firm believer in that. And I have to just tell everybody, tapping into your magic, okay, will help you for all ages, minus the little, might be a little curse word, maybe here and there, but that's okay. It will help you with writing things down so that you can speak things into existence and speak your continuing education into existence. And I've been doing it every day.
I'm super proud of you.
Small little things. So if I can do it, I have 2 jobs. Everyone may not know that. My 9 to 5, I'm a graduate international advisor for Virginia Tech University. Go Hokies, okay?
Okay.
And then I have my business as an educational consultant. And then I have my life in general. I'm able to manage all because, one, I get my mental together. My mindset, which is, like she said before, is the most important thing. And you can do it as well. Sometimes you just have to really push yourself. And the first step, which is a small thing, was joining this live. That's the first step. You joined the live because you said, you know what? I'm a college student, or I'm a parent of someone that is about to go to school, or I'm a parent of someone that's currently in school, or I just need to know about meditation in general. That
Yeah,
was the first step right there by joining the live. The next step is going to be to actually meditate. And you're actually going to be able to do that with us on this live, because
yeah.
Erica is going to end this dialogue with a small little tidbit of what meditation looks like. Now, before we do that, can you tell us what people can expect from your one-on-one guided meditation or your group meditation?
Yes. So number one, you are in the driver's seat with a one-on-one meditation with me. You are 1000% in the driver's seat. Meditating is your personal process. This is your time. So when we are meditating together, as mentioned before, I'm going to ask you, what is the intention that you're trying to invite into this meditation? And what happens is when you have that focus on what it is that you're trying to become, maybe you just want to be at peace. Maybe you want to be a little bit more driven. Maybe you want to be more consistent. These are just some of the things that people will say, hey, I want to meditate on being consistent, or I want to meditate on being more positive. I've been noticing some really negative thoughts lately, and I want to overcome that. And so with that, it's deep breathing. It's taking a body scan of yourself to see where you are. I saw a meme one time scrolling through Instagram where they were like, check where you are right now. Is your tongue on the roof of your mouth? Are your shoulders, close to your ears? And it was so funny reading it. I was like, oh,
right. I just did that.
Right. I didn't realize how tense that I was. And I think we take our bodies through so much trauma, but we don't realize that we do the same thing with our mind and our spirit throughout the day. We're thinking about so many different things. And so when you book that one-on-one meditation time with me, you're learning how to become, number one, more relaxed, but number two, inviting to the energy that you want to see, essentially. So you'll get that 30-minute, 45-minute time slot to, number one, ask me questions, but then number two, for this to be your time to be able to invite the type of energy that you want to see into your space.
Right. Now, tell us the difference between your one-on-one and then your group.
So the group meditations, it'll be myself facilitating and about 15 others. Some people like to meditate in groups. I think sometimes seeing that energy multiplied and everybody doing the same thing at the same time works for some people. Mm-hmm. I find that a lot of newbies to meditation will do a one-on-one with me first to make sure that they're asking me questions, or maybe they want to get very clear on the type of energy they want to invite into their meditation practice. So it just kind of depends on what feels most comfortable for you. If you're one who's just like, listen, I want to be amidst a group of like-minded individuals and network, the group meditation allows the space for you to do that. I have people that will exchange information. Obviously, everything is virtual right now, but we'll at some point get to in-person meditation. But as of right now, for the safety of all my clients, everything is virtual. So you have people that will exchange information with one another and just say, hey, offline, let's get to know each other and meditate during the week. Or let's just make a pact that if you're going to show up for Saturday morning meditation, I want to be there and be your accountability partner, or vice versa. So it's just a matter of what you feel most comfortable doing. But I find that if you want a little bit more of an intimate meditation practice and feel like you can ask questions, no judgment whatsoever, it's something new for you. So I want to make sure that I answer any questions that you may have. So most people will choose to do a one-on-one meditation practice.
Okay. And is there any particular place that you have to be to meditate, or it can be anywhere?
I highly suggest anywhere that is quiet. As you do meditation on a more regular basis, you can start to meditate literally anywhere where there is noise. I know one of my sisters, I don't know if she's on, I think I saw her join in, but she's from Brooklyn. And so she talked about how she used to like meditate on MTA, just like on the train, meditating.
On the train?
On the train.
Wow.
On the train, child. Meditating. Uh-oh, I think we paused. You paused.
Did we
I don't know
lose
what's
you?
happening. What's the longest I've ever meditated? The longest I've ever meditated was an hour. It was an hour. And it was the bomb. It was on the beach. It was in the Bahamas. It was amazing. Tori has frozen, so I don't know.
Are you guys hearing us
if y'all can still hear me or
no?
not. If you're on, could you tap in the comments?
Do you guys hear us?
I did get the meditation. Okay, so maybe it's Tori's video. I did get the meditation high, and it was the best. That was the first time I ever did. I don't know if it was like a culmination of
okay, so it must just be on my end.
Tori is still frozen on my end, so it's bugging me out right now. Her little thing is spinning, but yeah, the meditation high was so real. I don't know if it was because of where I was and